But to be fair, it's nice to be back in Doncaster. Not a sentence that gets said too often, I start off with a little apology. I'm not my usual happy-go-lucky bouncy self tonight. My cat went out a couple of nights ago and hasn't come back yet. I'm not worried about him, it's just depressing to realise my cat's got a better social life than I have. Prior to that, I was actually in quite a good mood because if just opened my lid in there, no? I don't go myself, but you should keep the scum out of Marks and Spencer's for a while. So anyway, thanks for coming out with your lot, because let's be honest, it's been fucking terrible without you. I mean, I won't lie, this might be terrible with you. Very much depends on me, I suppose. I did once die in a gig so badly, even I left halfway through. Which is right, I'm getting a bit better. Actually, in my last gig, I got reviews said I was the best actor of the night. What they actually said was, there were lots of fantastic acts on tonight, but Mike Linwood was something else. I've not actually gigged for a while. I've just come back from holiday. 3 weeks, 5-star all inclusive. I'm not going to material about that, I just want you to know I'm doing alright for myself. It is a bit odd though when you go on holiday. You know, I've got a lovely house, 4-bed detached, room for a hot tub. And then you go on holiday, you go past these places, you know, there's no paved roads, no sanitation, big holes in the roof. It's just as easy to fly from Manchester. Let's point out that joke also works with Birmingham or Glasgow. Doesn't work with Robin Hood Airport. Because nobody knows where the fuck he is. There are 3 people in this entire world who think that Robin Hood didn't come from Nottingham. Kevin Costner, Russell Crowe, and they're in that fucking Anyway. So I've been doing comedy for a while. I started doing comedy originally in a group with some other comedians, but we split up over what we classed as comical differences. Didn't think I was funny. I thought they were massive cunts. Yeah, perhaps we were both funny. I never wanted to be a comedian. Actually, growing up, I wanted to be a psychoanalyst, because I think that's the best job title in the world, as it contains both the word psycho and the word anal. Coincidentally, my 2 favourite search filters on Tinder. That is just a joke. I'm happy married and not on any of the dating sites. I was once on uniformdating.com. It turns out everybody's profile is exactly the same. Well done. Did that gig in joking Rotherham at the end, did it? Now, the main reason I want to be a psychoanalyst is because I want to rename obsessive compulsive disorder, because OCD is a terrible name. It's not alphabetical order. The other thing, job I really want to do for I want to be an archaeologist. I did once sign up to go on a big dig outside Cairo, paid a fortune. Turned out it was just a giant pyramid scheme. Then before I got into comedy, I used to work in the porn industry. To be fair, they didn't let me call it that. So it's not the porn industry. We make all of the chess pieces. I did like that job though. It was pretty straightforward. You know, you got the board, the pieces, the instructions. Everything was very black and white. But what I didn't like is that you got to work shifts. So like one week you'd be on Airleys making rooks, then be on days making bishops, and then you'd be on knights. I thought Doncaster would go for the chest first too. I once wrote a book, it was a medical book, a giant book of the human body, 660 pages, 667, if you include the appendix. I'm waiting for peanuts. No. I used to do a lot of book jokes. I used to have some quite clever book jokes, but sometimes the audiences didn't get them. The final straw was one night I did in Wakefield. I had to explain what a book was. 3 hours of my life for not getting one. I may not look at it now, but when I was younger I was quite sporty. My PE teacher told my parents I was a vital member of the football, rugby and cricket teams. I mean personally, I think it's you are an adult to drive the minibus. I'm not quite so sporty now, I prefer to watch it on telly. In fact, if they made watching sport an Olympic event, I'd watch that as well. My wife said I prefer sport to hair. It's a bit unfair, I've just got us a lovely table for our wedding anniversary. Best of 9 frames. She also said I was emotionally ignorant. Now you might think I found that upsetting, but I mean, I love my wife, but she's a terrible cook. Only last week, she set fire to some biscuits, cakes and brownies. As a result, she's banned from the kitchen, and she's also no longer brown owl. After a gig the other week, somebody came up to me and said, I looked really unapproachable, thereby disproving their points. My dad always kept us in the dark of what he did for a living. I thought he was going to be a spy or a secret agent or something. Turns out, he's really an electrician. But to be fair to my dad, he's always took a keen interest in what I've been doing as a career. So even now, I know he's somewhere looking down on me. He's not dead, he's just really condescending. I used to work around here, I used to actually work at Yorkshire Wildlife Park. Fantastic place, get to see animals in a natural environment. You know, last year 2 lions and a monkey escaped into Doncaster town centre. The lions thought it was a bit rough, so they went back. The monkey's now working behind the bar and Employee of the month. Anyway, what Yorkshire Wildlife? I actually originally applied to be the head vet, but then they told me you want to treat the rest of the animals as well. So I applied to be the assistant vet, and then they sacked me because they said I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't notice one of the animals was pregnant. I did. I just wasn't dealing with the elephant in the room. Anyway, thanks for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell your family and friends. If you haven't, give it yourself, no one likes trash. Comedy's doing alright for me. I think last year in comedy, my total earnings for comedy was £625.50p. Before tax, obviously. After tax, it was exactly the same. It's all cash in. It's just a joke. This night is all fully compliant with all UK tax regulations. And from my point of view, everything I say up here, I don't mean. It's all complete 100% bullshit. Anyway, you've been a fantastic audience. I've had a wonderful night. My name's Mike Linwood. Probably should have introduced myself earlier. Enjoy the rest of your night. No.
Second interval of the show, go to the bar, have a smoke, do what you want to do.